Hey everybody, welcome to the ReCoop. I'm Cooper Daniels and I'm a guy that knows a little about a lot. And today is my weekly algo rant. Let's get into it. First off, how are you doing? What's going on? Is everybody okay? It's Wednesday afternoon, 12 o'clock, a little after 12 on the West Coast. I just watched Jerome Powell give his little speech after a 25 basis point increase. So now we're at 4.75%. That's what it is, folks. The market was expecting that. It had priced it in. But then afterwards, some of the words that Jerome said is that, look, they would rather over tighten. They would rather go above and beyond and bring it back than underdo it. And then in 6 to 12 months have the look back where like, oh gosh, we were premature. So you can expect more rate hikes. I seriously doubt inflation is going to go down so significantly that we're going to see any sort of cut. He seemed to really kind of push back on any cuts, right? But they're going to take the info as it comes. As of right now, after the Fed meeting, the market is having a little bit of a surge. The NASDAQ is up over 2%. Bitcoin was in the mid 23,000s. Ethereum had pumped over 1,600. So look, there is a positive response happening to this Fed meeting. We'll see how the rest of the week shakes out. All right, so let's get to the algo stats. Algo sitting at number 36 on CoinMarketCap at 24.5 cents with a 1.8 billion market cap. And then it's sitting at number 15 on DeFi Llama with 175 million TVL. Pretty much the same exact place as last week, folks. We just kind of sit there, sitting there pretty. Meanwhile, you have something like Aptos pumping. I think it's actually come down a little bit from its $19, $20 highs, and it's resting around $16, $17. You know, look, the circulating supply is what, 15%? There are big holders manipulating that price. It's the Solana playbook, and it keeps going, and it's not a great look for our industry. But that's okay. Moving on. We're in AlgoRANT land. Here it is, the AlgoRANT. There's been some interesting announcements recently. Have we talked about it? Did you watch ALGOFEST? If you didn't, you should check it out. Did you guys see that the political website Politico came out and endorsed my bronze medal party? Did you guys see that? The author's name is Ben Schreckinger, and he wrote an article called 2023 Crypto Characters to Watch. Number 1 was Vitalik Buterin, obviously Ethereum. Number 2 was Adam Back, somebody that is often mentioned as a potential Satoshi, so clearly aligned with Bitcoin. And number 3 was Silvio Macaulay. It's programmed, folks. The bronze medal party is programmed. AlgoRANT is lesser known now. It will become more known, and we will get that escape velocity. Basically old news now, but AlgoRANT Foundation appointed a new chief marketing officer, Jessica Chin, formerly of WhatsApp and Nike. She did a Twitter Spaces, and it was super impressive, folks. So I'm excited to see what Jessica does as the CMO at the foundation. AlgoKit is coming. John Woods is talking a lot about AlgoKit. He's excited about it. Beta is there. The full launch is coming soon. And this seems to be John's passion project. John is certainly an impressive dude, an incredible communicator, smart guy, fun guy, all of the things. But what I will say about AlgoKit is that that is supposed to make the dev experience much better on AlgoRANT. It's something that has probably been a pain point for people that are coming and want to build on AlgoRANT. And the thought is that it's going to make building on AlgoRANT easy for people that aren't even that technically advanced. And then there was some news last week that PlanetWatch got an infusion of cash, 3 million euros for future equity came from AlgoRANT Inc., AlgoRANT Foundation, and Borderless Capital. That should be interpreted as a vote of confidence in PlanetWatch and in their future. PlanetWatch is responsible for a large majority of the transactions, daily transactions for AlgoRANT. So it's an important piece to our puzzle. Now, I will say last year was very difficult for PlanetWatch. Well, for one reason, they had a difficult time monetizing the data they are collecting. Now, the idea is that they are providing data that miners or whatever, people that have air sensors are providing decentralized, trusted, authentic, non-manipulated data so local policymakers can take that true data and make decisions for their communities, right? Instead of possibly, I guess, relying on outside forces that may have corporate interests, yada, 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 yada. So it's cool. It's like helium almost for air information, I guess. But like I said, they have run into issues monetizing that data. And then last year they had a huge cluster with one of their sensors. You know, you try to buy a sensor, you have to wait for months. One of their sensors, the AWare sensor, a lot of people bought. The communication around that was poor. And a lot of people felt rugged by them because of that. I'm one of them. I actually still have my AWare in its plastic. It's a reminder of my frustration with Planet Watch. I wish that would change. I was complaining about them for a while, but then I started to realize, okay, so Planet Watch is very important to AlgoRANT because of the daily transaction count, and it's also an environmental, thing. And it's just not a good look for me to continue to pound the drum of how I felt rugged by them, and also just totally ignored. And it upset me, folks. So I'm not ready yet to be excited about Planet Watch. I think I was mainly upset because I wanted this thing. I wanted this thing because I was going to incorporate it into my show. It was going to be a fun thing. I wanted to support Planet Watch. And then when it all fell apart for me when I got this thing and I couldn't get a license, and then all of a sudden you couldn't even use these things anymore. And then I tried to complain. I emailed. I was on Twitter. And then nobody cared, Maybe it was more about my ego than anything, but it irritated me. And I'm still irritated. Moving on. And I think probably most importantly this week, we had the launch of Fracctal Monsters, right? Fracctal Monsters is a monster taming game built on the ALGORANT blockchain, coming from the Fracctal team that is also teamed up with the Flemish Giants. This is a homegrown thing on ALGORANT from one of the more exciting teams that are building on ALGORANT. And it's something definitely to be supported. So I think there are still packs available to shuffle. I think 750 packs or something, 700 packs, let's just go with that, are still available out of 2,000. And look, I bought a few. I have a few plants. Me and my son are playing the game. I could not defeat that big slug. I don't know if any of you did out there with your little baby plant, but I couldn't defeat the slug. I thought the slug would be there in a couple hours. When I came back to the game to try again, the slug had disappeared, folks. So I will have to defeat the slug on a different day. Congratulations to the Fracctal Monster team, the extended Fracctal Monster team. It seems very clear you guys are headed in the right direction. And this is the deal, folks. Like, look, we're a community. We're the AlgoRANT community. If you look at our NFT community, if you look at our gaming community, there are exciting things. You had an outside force of like Zone come in. It was a bumpy launch, but they're making it happen. They've got games that you can play and rewards to win. They continue to keep going and creating a fun environment. And then you have the more homegrown things like Fracctal Monsters and Yieldling, right? I mean, do you own Mingos and Mostly Friends? Are you going on quests? Are you upgrading your friends? There's so much cool stuff. Are you earning shrimp? Are you spending shrimp? What are you doing? There's so many cool things happening in the AlgoRANT ecosystem that are homegrown, that are here. And it's like this. It's a quick rant today. You know what I mean? Here we go. It's Wednesday. This will be the new day for rants. All right. AlgoRANTs will come out on Wednesday, and the ReCoop recap will come out on Saturday. Now, for this weekend, I will do a ReCoop recap, and it will come out on Saturday. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to call them ReCoop recap rehearsals, right? There's going to be, I don't have the graphics yet. I don't know exactly the shape of the show. I'm going to work it out with you guys. I gotta go. You know what I mean? I can't wait for things. I gotta go. So I'm going to do a series of ReCoop recaps where they're just rehearsals. I'd love for you to watch. You don't have to watch, but if you do watch, I would love your input. The comments of this video are going to be very, very important to me while I'm cultivating and trying to shape the ReCoop recap. So ReCoop recap rehearsal will start this Saturday. You'll see it. It'll come out Saturday morning, and I will be working through the show, and I will be telling you guys what I'm thinking about doing in certain areas when I don't have graphics. I will recap the news like I will on that show weekly, but it'll be more of a free flow thing. It won't have its shape yet, and I'm looking for your input and your feedback on what you would like to see. I'd like this to be a community show that helps us grow and, kind of have my show, have this show be a place for people to come get fun, weekly crypto news, and, some opinion, because at this point, I give a lot of opinion, folks. So anyways, the ReCoop recap starts this weekend. It's going to be called the ReCoop rehearsals for a while. It's going to be called the ReCoop recap rehearsal for a while, and your feedback will be invaluable. All right, everybody. So, hey, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. The markets are going to be choppy. So I'll see you on Saturday. Please, if you decide to watch and participate in these rehearsals, I'd love your feedback in the comments. The comments of the video will be the place. And you can give me feedback on the rant. The rant's always just going to be this. Me, Wednesday morning, shooting a rant, lightly editing it, and posting it that same day. That's going to be the rant. Then the recap is going to be shot Friday afternoon after most of the week's news have been reported. I'll spend the day kind of putting more production behind the recap, and then that'll come out Saturday morning. That's the plan, and that's what I'm going to do. All right, everybody. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching. Do your homework.